Hello friends, and welcome to another video lesson from DBOS Talks. If you haven't subscribed yet, please click subscribe and click the bell so that you'll be notified of new uploads. This is part of a new playlist called SQL Mistakes to Avoid. And this is the first video in that playlist. And in this video, we'll be learning how to distinguish between months and minutes in the format mask of a date. Okay, so let's just say you wanted to query the system date. Okay, so if you wanted to query the system date in Oracle, we use a table which is built in. It's called dual table. So when do we use this? We use a dual table when, because it is a must when you have a select statement in Oracle. It is a must to select it from somewhere from a table. It cannot be, unlike in like say Sybase, you can have a select statement without a from if it's just selecting the system date. In the case of Oracle, it's not the case. You really need to have a from keyword and then followed by the table name. So in such cases wherein you are doing some text processing, maybe formatting certain text, converting some number without necessarily getting that data from a table, then you need to use the dual table. So I'll show you how it works. I'm sure if you've seen my previous videos, you have seen me use this table a lot, okay? So select sysdate, which is the system date, from dual table. So if we execute that, it will display the system date, okay, which is 28 May 2023. So we'll notice that it is displayed in some default format, which may not be what we prefer. So there's a parameter for that. I think it's called analyze date format. And, you know, from country to country, we have preferences as far as date formats are concerned. Let's say American-centric, US-centric, like Philippines, you have MMDD, YYYY, meaning month, day, year. If it is British-centric, it would be DD, MM, YYYY, which is date or day, month, and then year. And then if you have Hong Kong, I think also Australia, have year, month, date. Okay, so there are a couple of ways of formatting the date. So again, here is just a default setting, which can also be altered by some built-in parameter. Now, what happens is that if we wanted to programmatically display the date in SQL in some other format other than this, then we may have to use the to-char function, okay? To-char, meaning to character. So this is the to-char function, which is being used because the value within the parentheses is not in character. So currently it is in, I'll remove this. So right now the sysdate is in data type, okay? The sysdate is in date data type. So we're converting it to character using this function, and comma, that is the syntax to char, the value that we wanted to convert character, and this is what you call a format mask, okay, enclosed in single quotes. So in this case, I wanted it to be displayed, I mean the value of sysdate to be displayed, not in this manner, but as like this. DD, which means numeric value of the day, of the date, and the numeric value of the month, MM, and then the numeric value of the year. So meaning if it is July, it would be 07 here, and then the date would be just be the numeric value itself of the number, I mean of the date itself, okay? So this is underscore date is just an alias, it could be anything. And because otherwise, if you don't have, so yeah, I will remove the alias. Okay, let's see how it will do. It will display the output. So what happens is because I have no alias, it doesn't know how to call this column from here to here. So without having an alias, it will simply display the whole thing to car, sysdate, etc. here. So that's the use of the alias. So I will put an alias there and then execute this again. Okay, so as you can see, the alias is now here instead of the long name, which is could be misleading, could be confusing for others. Okay, so what happened was initially without the to-car function, the date was being displayed in some default format, which is DD and MON, meaning first three letters of the alphabet, and then YY. Okay, I'll show it again. This was the initial output. DD, MON meaning MON, first three letters of the month, and then YY. Okay, so with the introduction of the to-car function, it converted the sysdate into character, and at the same time using this format mask of DD, MM, YY. Again, if I execute this, you will see the effect. It is a numeric value of the date and of the month and of the year. Okay, everything is fine up to this point. So next is maybe we wanted to also display the hour together with the date. Okay, so we could come up with this format mask. Wait a second. Okay, so I added on top of the DD, MM, YYYY, and then a space, I put HH, MM, SS, meaning hour, minute, second. Okay, and then I will execute this. Okay, I'll add this, I'll add something more here. Okay. Now, what you are seeing is a common pitfall of someone who is still relatively new to SQL, especially Oracle SQL. The problem here is that there was no error message displayed when I executed this select statement. But in fact, there was something wrong with the format mask here, resulting to an erroneous output as well. Okay, so the problem is that there's no error message. It's not the fault of Oracle. It's only because it's just following what you are instructing it to do, meaning there is really technically no syntax error here. There is no syntax error. So select, this is the to-car function, this is the sysdate, which you wanted to convert into a character using this format here. This is the alias, this is the from clause, and this is the table name. Okay, so everything looks fine as far as syntax is concerned. The syntax is correct. But look at this. Let's go one by one on the format mask. The format mask is this bunch of this string enclosed in single quotes. So the DD is the numeric value of the date, which is 28. The MM is the numeric value of the month, which is May, so it's 05 here. The YYYY is the year, 2023 here. The HH is obviously the hour. Okay, 12. The MM is supposedly, in my mind, in the mind of the newbie in SQL, Oracle SQL, is thinking this is also minute. Okay, nothing seems wrong at this point. SS is, again, it's the seconds, so the numeric value of seconds, which is 24. AM will be dynamic. It could be PM or AM, depending. Okay, the other way with this is that if you wanted to make it a 24-hour format, you can put HS24 and then you can remove the AM. Okay, so that's the 24-hour format. But the point of this video is the ambiguity of the MM here and here. Okay, in fact, there shouldn't be an ambiguity because Oracle has already a different format mask for minute. So for month, this is correct. For minute, it shouldn't be MM. But now let's look at the value. Because there was no syntax error, let's look at this potential pitfall for a beginner in Oracle SQL. The MM is month, here is 05. Here, the MM, which in the mind of the guy using Oracle SQL is also minute, but it's not. It is taking the value, the numeric value of the month, which is May, 05. See here, 05. Sorry, I should highlight that. Okay, so the month here is 05, I'm pointing. And then here, the supposed value of minute, because I used wrong by mistake, is also returning 05. That's no coincidence. This 05 is not the minute value, but actually the numeric value of the month, May. So that is wrong. Instead of you should be using MI for minute. And then you will see the difference. Now it's 05. If you see, now it's 15. This is the real minute value. I'll try it again. I'll run it again. You can see the seconds value is changing because the time keeps on moving, but the minute is still there. It's 15. It's not 05. Okay. So that is the learning point in this video. Very, very important. And a common pitfall for somebody who is relatively new to Oracle SQL, that in this format mask, when you use a format mask to convert a date into a character, then there's that risk of making this mistake, which is forgivable for somebody who is just learning. Okay, so that is the first video in the playlist called SQL mistakes. So there'll be more coming up, and I'll be showing you the ropes, because these are the ones that you can avoid. Although as you progress and gain years of experience using SQL, then you will these things you will overcome, of course. Okay, so thank you for watching and thank you for listening. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and I will be seeing you in the next video.